Hello YouTubers and welcome to another episode of the vlog. Today we're talking about rowing with different people, whether they're taller, shorter, heavier, bigger, smaller, all different types of things. Had a few questions about that, about taller people rowing with shorter people and shorter people rowing with taller people, things to do, things not to do. But what do we do after a session? We fuel up, because remember, food is fuel. And then we've got a lovely erg similar to what we did before, the power strokes, but we're going to chat a little bit about rowing with different people. So let's get to it. Oh yeah! And we've made it back into the room after a little bit of power strokes. Edward demonstrating how to do it, getting under 1010. But now it's time to fuel up, because remember, food is fuel, and then we'll get to discussing rowing with other people. Oh yeah!
Thanks before, and I've done the 2016.
Hello. We've just had a bit of recovery. We're going to go to the shop now and get some more food, but we're going to talk about what it's like to row with other people, big, small, old, young, whatever, men, women. There we go.
Okay, and as Ed said, we're going to talk a little bit about how to row with anyone, but as you can tell, once again, the sound has not worked so wonderfully, so still on the quest to fix that. But we're going to, as talking about, doesn't matter if you're tall, small, if you're a heavier person, a lighter person, or if you're a male or female, it's all about melding together and getting to what makes the boat go faster, what technique or what do you have to change to make the boat go faster. So it doesn't matter if you're tall and you might have to shorten the stroke a little bit, or if you're smaller and you have to lengthen or try to lengthen the stroke a little bit. It's all about, like I said, what makes the boat go the fastest. And it's all about making a compromise between all of the athletes in the boat. So maybe if you're a taller person rowing with a smaller person, it means that you just have to figure things together so it works in unison. I'm quite tall and I've rowed with shorter people who row longer than me.
One thing I would say to add on to what Cam said about melding everyone together is that you need to find a focal point, whether that be everyone being the same at the back end or being the same at the front end. For the bigger guys, like we all row to try and get the same length around the front, and then the back sort of takes care of itself. I'd say for people who are shorter and taller rowing in the same boat, maybe the back end focus would be better, and you just need to figure out where to put your feet so that you're all at the same point around the back. It's quite a good thing to think about.
Rowing is like a team sport like no other, because you're all physically attached to the boat together. So if one person is moving slightly out of time, you can really feel the difference. There are ways to change that though. You can change the setup slightly for different people, different styles, different heights, different weights. So there are ways to get around it.
Which could include rigging around that person. So sometimes some people in the boat, they're really trying to get that length, or they're really trying to get the positions and they can't quite get there. So you can change different things in the boat. But that's really when you come into the summertime, into set crews, and you're all ready to go for racing. But that is also really up to the coach to see if that's something that might suit you. But now, what we're going to do is we're going to get changed, get ready to go out in the water, and get rowing. Oh yeah!
A lot of obstacles today.
Please take some way.
Okay, we're clear. Sit.
G man, you know the score.
Okay, let's go heads. Ready up. Where's the warning?
Oh mate, that's straight on me.
Where's the warning? That's on me, mate.
That's you too.
Where's the warning, Cam? Where's the warning? I would have done my hair.
No, we
I would have done my hair.
Just sixes.
I can't.
through the drills. Quickly.
I would have done my beard.
When you involved.
Cheers, man. Harry looks great. Yeah,
Don't mind doing so much of you.
The right away, rhythm in the breeze. Just listen. Into that light. Let's establish now the first 2 50.
And we have made it off of the water for another session. A lovely sunset, lovely flat water behind me there. And like we spoke about before, team rowing. Rowing is all about team stuff, and doesn't matter if you're tall, doesn't matter if you're small, doesn't matter where you're from. Rowing is all about melding those techniques together. So speak to your coaches, speak to your fellow teammates and see what works out best for you and how you can meld those techers together. And that will be it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed it, Yam Squad. If you have any other topics you want discussed, whether it's for Ed, for myself, for Big Rich, or any other guys on the camp just now, I'll see what I can do. Let me know in the comments below. And as always, Yam Squad, remember to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that like button and have a good one.